Hey, what's up, guys? Kyle Gallup up in the video, and today I'm going to do my What If series. What if Naruto and Boruto were brothers? So, this is the new What If there. So, uh, we do see in this What If there, we have to start with the Nine Tails attacking the Hidden Leaf Village there. So, technically, they're mostly the night when the Nine Tails attacks the Hidden Leaf Village there. We do see Minato was mostly going to be announced the fourth Hokage there. We do see that there. Mostly Minato is mostly going to be announced the fourth Hokage there. Kushina there was pregnant with two twins there. Mostly two twin boys there. Technically they go there. And mostly Kushina was actually saying, she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant." And she's like, mostly Minato was like, "Oh, I have some pretty good news there." She's like, "What, Minato?" She's like, "I'm gonna be the fourth Hokage there." That's what Minato was actually saying. And mostly Kushina was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm pregnant there." And then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna." Mostly Minato was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a father there." Kushina was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a mother there." All that stuff happens. The night when the Nine Tails attacks there, we do see Kushina was mostly on the thing. She's like, "Stay," and then mostly Nimato's like, "Come on, stay in there, Nine Tails," and stuff like that. Nimato's like mostly working his ass off there, conveying the fucking Nine Tails there. One mostly Kushina was getting, mostly Kushina was getting mostly birth to Naruto and Boruto. Technically, Naruto comes out first. I'm going to say Naruto might be the oldest. So Naruto is the oldest there. He comes out first. He's like, "Ah, there we go. There's Naruto there." And then she's like, most having, she's like, "Ah," and stuff. And then mostly, he's like, "Oh, crap." And then mostly, he's trying to do his best to keep the Nine Tails in bay there. And we'll see the other one comes out, and it will be Boruto. She's like, "Ah." Say, "Oh, what's his name? The oldest one, Naruto, and the youngest one, Boruto there." And then he's like, "Oh, hey there, boys," and stuff like that. And technically, the the Max Man comes there, and he's like, "Step away from the Chinchuriki there," and then he's like, "Bring my sons back there," and stuff. And then that's what Nimato was actually saying. He's like, "Well, you're not gonna do that, huh?" There and stuff. And he's like, "Bring them back." And he's like, "Pleasure." And then he throws Boruto and Naruto there, and he's like, "Boruto, Naruto," and then we'll see he does the fine Raijin, had paper bombs exploding and stuff. And he's like, "Oh," he's like, he was there to take me away from Kushina. So technically, he takes Naruto and Boruto away from it there, and he's gonna go capture. He's gonna go get Kushina. Mostly Kushina was mostly trapped by the chain. She's like, "What do you want there?" He's like, "I want something out of you there. Come out." He's like, "Come out, Nine Tails." And then most Nine Tails comes out of the fray there, and then mostly, he's like, "Ugh," and then mostly Kushina falls. She's like, "Don't do this." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna let mostly you're her Chinchuriki there. I'm gonna let you take care of her." And most of the Nine Tails comes in, and most of the Tails slashes there, and he mostly gets away from him. He actually says, "Stay away." He's like, "Stay with our kids there." Mostly, and then mostly Kushina's like, "Oh, Boruto or Naruto, Boruto," and then he's like, "Good luck there, Nimato." So technically, Nimato mostly fights the Max Man and wins. And that still happens like in the original series. He fights the Max Man and wins. And then he also takes the Nine Tails away from the village there to his family there. So technically, mostly Kushina does the anime chains. Mostly wraps up the Nine Tails there, and I have one shot there. The Reaper Death Seal. He's like, "I'm gonna take this beast there." And then he's like, "Wait, why are you gonna do this, Nemato and stuff?" He's like, He's like, and he looks at the kids. He looks at Naruto and Boruto there. He's like, huh. He's like, I'm going to do this there. So I'm going to give him the 50-50 there. So the nice Kurama will go straight, or the nice Kurama will go straight to Boruto there. So Boruto will get the nice version of Kurama there. The hateful version of Kurama will go straight to Naruto there. So Naruto will still get the crappy version of Kurama there. So he does the hand seals and mostly sealing the two halves into the boys there, and mostly they get stabbed. They get stabbed with a nine-tailed claw when that was happening there. Mostly he's like you're not putting in those two kids there, and then mostly boom, and he gets stabbed, and then both the souls of the nine tails goes into Naruto and Boruto there. So technically, and then they die there. Mostly Kushina was telling the third Hokage, saying, "Watch over my two sons there," and stuff happens right there. So, after that, there we actually mostly go into time skip when they both go into the academy there. So, technically, Naruto and Boruto, I'm not gonna see them as mostly the street kids type of thing, but Boruto is more lenient there, so he's a little bit more smarter. And Naruto, mostly Naruto is actually saying, "We need to go there, Boruto," and stuff. Mostly both get treated like the demons they are. Most of the villagers are looking them away and stuff like that. And technically, and Boruto, he's just kind of like just ignores them. He's just like, yeah, who cares? I don't care about them. He's like, just ignore him, Naruto, and stuff. He's like, you're just nothing. You're fucking worthless there. And most all the town people were giving him like the dirtiest crust and stuff like that. Naruto, he gets in more trouble there. Boruto, I think he kind of followed them at first there. He kind of get in trouble also. Mostly like painting the monuments and all that stuff. That still happens there. Mostly painting the monuments and stuff. And mostly Boruto kind of figured that out. He's like, oh shit, I should not do this crap because I might get in more trouble there by the third Hokage. But Naruto, he still kept doing it there. He's like he's like, oh, my older brother. He acts so immature, and I'm more mature than him, and stuff. So, chakra level there. I think Boruto actually has a lot of chakra there. Same with Naruto because they're both Uzumaki there. So I think they both have both the chakra levels are mostly the same for Boruto and Naruto there. So yeah, they're both the same there. I think Boruto might teach Naruto how to do some moves there. I think Boruto kind of learned how to do the Gel Palm. He's like, I'm gonna show you this, Naruto, once. So he's like, Gel Palm, and he's like, whoa, how you do that there? And he's like, it's easy. And then mostly Naruto did the Gel Palm. He's like, Gel Palm and stuff, and he's like, pretty good there, but you need a little bit more practice there. So technically Boruto and Naruto are mostly technically in sync there, but technically Boruto knows a little bit more. He has a little bit more knowledge because he actually reads books there, and he actually reads ninja books and stuff like that. So when they go into the academy there, I'm gonna say the girls fall over. Not really the girls. Boruto there, they kind of a little bit fall over Boruto a little bit. Because he's actually a little bit smart. He doesn't really care about girls there. And they look at Naruto like they do like in the original series. Sasuke there. The girls still fall over Sasuke. I still think that still happens. But there might be some girls there who honestly might fall over Boruto in a way. Hinata there. When Hinata was getting attacked by the bullies there. Mostly Naruto's coming. He's like, hey, he's like, do not pick on her and stuff. He's like, and then also Naruto's like coming. He's like, he does like in the original series, like, I'm gonna be the Hokage. They're like, Hokage, you. And then mostly they wail on Naruto, and then Boruto comes in, and then he's like, step away from my brother. He's like, oh, you little shrimp, huh? And then mostly they both get beat up by the thing, and Hiyashi comes in. They're like, oh, run away and stuff. And then mostly he like looks at Boruto and Naruto there. He's like, I don't want you to stand near these two boys there. They're like, Father, they both say me there, or um he say me there, and he was pointing at Naruto there, and he's like, which one's there? And then mostly he's like, don't look at them and stuff, and mostly it kind of hurt Boruto and Naruto there, but they kind of filled the objective there and stuff. Um, so mostly Boruto there, he actually gets good grades there. I think he gets good grades. Not mostly he's mostly the second highest is Sasuke. I think Boruto's like the second highest is like Sasuke there. So he gets good grades. Naruto gets crappy grades like normal. Um, so yeah, but he actually will mostly try to teach Naruto some more tricks there. And yeah, that's where part one ends there. Yeah. Uh, so part two, we're gonna go into the graduation exams. That's gonna be part two. So yep. Comment, rate, my response to these videos. If you like what most, please subscribe to the notification and simple as live streams. Okay, and